Introducing RS30 Ultra. The first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. RS30 brings next-level realism to your racing sims. Sense the road, know your vehicle, and get faster lap times as you tear through the track. Dual helical gear motors give you more torque than traditional gear drive motors, with the same smoothness and quietness of a belt drive motor. Experience a stunning 6 Nm of torque, the most torque per dollar than any other wheel, and fast, accurate feedback with 0 dead zones. Feel every nuance and know exactly when you're understeering, oversteering, or losing traction. Spring-loaded pedals give you responsive throttle modulation and brake progression for absolute control and precision, just like the real thing. 2 additional paddles can be used as clutch and e-brake, or as pedal-free throttle and brakes. A rotation switch lets you easily toggle between simulation racing and arcade-style racing. Even the diameter of the wheel is calibrated to exact race car specifications. From the metal build to the suede wheel and steel pedals, every detail is dialed to give the entire system a high-end feel. Get better, go faster, win more, and enjoy every second of it. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. RS30 Ultra by GTR Simulator. Go fast.
Hello everyone, welcome to Flatout Racing League. Welcome back. We had a 2 weeks break, but we are now back to racing. This is round 3 in the Circuit de la Sarthe, aka the Le Mans track. My name's Kurt Danninger and I will be your host today. You're watching here on Rallycross GT, RXGT, the official broadcaster for Flatout Racing League. This is the amateur division. They'll be driving this GR2 cars as usual. More in here. First one out of the pits. They are starting the practice now. So they got about 10 minutes. They should be just over 2 laps for practice. And then we go race. It's going to be 10 laps of race today. Very long race. About 40 minutes give or take, depending on what these guys do here with lap times. Soft compounds and medium compounds are available. Let's see refueling how it's gonna be, because these cars here, they rev really high and they're gonna consume quite a bit of fuel. So we got 11 drivers on the track right now. The grid is a little bit emptier than usual. We might be waiting for a couple of more drivers. Meanwhile, everyone here just out of the pits, trying to familiarize themselves with this track. It's not a track that you race often in GR2 cars. You're gonna see GR1s, GR3s, sometimes both. And if you're doing the career mode, well, sort of like a single player, you know, there's the GR4 category that you can race with tuned road cars as well, which is what I do. Let us know where you're watching from. Welcome everyone to Flatout Racing League. Good morning, Nikali, first one in the chat. It's good to have you back. Looking forward to today's race. Cheering for anyone in particular. Our RXGT regular Pickerick Ricardo Pickles will be driving in about an hour's time in the Pro Division. I was talking to him earlier. He's not very confident for this race because he's got a Porsche. Porsche is famous for winning Le Mans, but not with the GT3 category. So he's not really keen on it. Let's see what he can do. Meanwhile, we got the amateurs here on the track. Jesse there, still in the pits, coming out now with a Honda. We've got a bunch of Hondas here now. In round one, there was absolutely no one driving Hondas. I was pretty frustrated and upset. We've got plenty now. Love it. Right, let's see. Let's go up to the front. Moran already in the fast lap. He's coming here for the first of the chicanes. Almost 1/4 of fuel gone in one lap, so I think he'll be able to do about 5 laps with one fuel tank. So this is looking at a one-stop strategy, if I'm not mistaken. Can the soft tires last that long? That's a question. Moran, aka Red Bull GT Racer, he's the creator of Flatout Racing League. So all this here, thanks to him, and also thanks to GTR Simulators, our sponsor for Season 1 of Flatout Racing League. So thanks both of them for providing us with this sort of entertainment. Barry here with another Lexus. Second one out of the pits, just past the second chicane. He's got Yoni really close to him. Yoni there, who was leading round 2 about 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure if you guys remember. Yoni was leading, absolutely smashing that race. Very chaotic race, if I may say so, in Daytona. But then he got disconnected from the lead. That completely ruined his chances at the championship. But it's a long season, so a lot can still happen. He's with the GTR, he's got the slipstream from Barry. Should be able to pass. They don't really want to be fighting here during the qualifying. It's not a good idea to fight here. Let's see what happens. Just pinging here our number 2 in command, Remy. See if he can sort me out with the standings. Meanwhile, we're looking here at Germ. Ooh, overshooting a little bit too much there. The right-hander. Apologies, I don't have all the corner names here. Let me sort that out as well. So Germ a little bit too keen there. And missed the corner. Right, I've got the corner names. Major Vukov in another GTR, flying down to the slower part of the track here. Coming down to the Indianapolis Asses and Virage Danage, this one here. Yeah, I might skip calling all the corners because they're all in French and my French is not great. Stacignac coming down here with his GTR. Sweaty palms with the NSX, first NSX out of the pits, coming to halfway through his fast lap time. Mr. Smurf currently 8th out of the pits. Another GTR. The GTRs tend to be quite strong in the straights, but they also drink more than usual. His rear tires actually seem to be a little bit more worn than the other guys. He's not using traction control. See what happens there. Progenitor with the NSX, another NSX here, beautiful livery. Coming in P9. J Seward with another GTR, not far behind Progenitor. Jesse, one of the last ones to come out of the pits, still in the chicane. He's on mediums also, Jesse. Interesting, interesting. I wonder if they don't have enough time to change tires. So that's gonna be very interesting. Then here the back, Smoke and Holt. Just now out of the... Wow, he's still in his out lap. Must be something wrong. I hope this is a bug. Otherwise he's gonna start from the back. Might not have enough time to qualify. Right, back to the front. Sweaty palms with the P1. Pole position for him. Time of 3:40.200. Good time. He's now got the slip from Stachyniak. Might be able to slingshot himself past him. But these cars, they got about the same top speed. So they cap at 300. He would not be able to overtake. He would have to get close. Ooh, Stachyniak with a mistake there. Overshoots a little bit and then ends up messing up with a Sweaty Palms lap time. He will not be happy about that. Yoni currently sitting in P2. Look at his tires. Very, very worn there, Yoni. Their GTR. Look at their Honda and their GTR here. What a big difference. Barry with the other, that's a Lexus. Also slightly worn tires there. The gap between Yoni and Barry is less than half a second, so this is going to be interesting in the race. More a little bit further back with 3:43. He just finished another lap there, was not able to improve, I think, the tires. Even though he's got little fuel, tires are not helping. Mr. Smurf currently sitting in P5. Let's have a look at the standings. Well, this is the pro standings. So I want the amateur standings, if possible. So let's keep looking at these guys here. So Mr. Smurf, he is P5, 3:43. And then the guys here further back, the gap starts to grow. So Germ with a 3:47. Stachyniak there, still in front of Sweaty Palms with a 48. It's 8 seconds off the pace. Crash Can, thanks for the follow, mate. Welcome to Flatout Racing League and to RXGT, the official broadcaster of Flatout Racing League. Crash Can, one of our drivers. I think he's in Pro Division, isn't it, Crash? Major Vukov here with a 3:45. It's not showing as blue. Now he's got a time. 3:43. I think he had a penalty, so the time had not clocked. So 3:43 put him in P5. That's good. Assuming that he had a penalty, so you can take another second off that. He would have been in a 42 there. So Remy there just sent me the standings for amateur. Thanks, Remy. So this man here, Barry, who's now in the purple sector, going for pole position. He's improved his time already. He's leading the pack with 16 points. He is equal with Progenitor. Where is Progenitor? Here down in P9. Progenitor is also with 16 points. That's very interesting. And then also with 16 points, we have Stachyniak. So we have a three-way there for the lead. That's down to all the mess that happened in the previous in the last race. Then we have M. Moran. Here he is. Moran is in P4 with 13 points. He zeroed in the first race, but then he won race 2, got 13 points there. Good job at Daytona. And then we have this man here, Yoni, who had a great result in race 1, but then got disconnected in race 2, so he's got only 11 points. He's 5 off the pace, he's not too far behind, so he's still got chances. We got 10 rounds in total, plenty of racing to go. So this is round 3 only. We got, including this one, we got 8 more races to go. So those are the top 5 standings here. In the meantime, let's see here Barry, because he's absolutely flying, almost 1 second down Sweaty Palm's time. He's gonna get into the 39th for sure, unless he commits a mistake. So the car is very light now with almost 4 laps of fuel down. Actually, the fuel is probably not gonna be a problem here. Tires might be. Ooh, a little bit too keen there, a little bit of tire noise. And the time is... No! Barry, what have you done? Had everything to score a pole position there, but botched it in the final sector. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. We are waiting here for a word from race control. We should be ready to start soon. I can see people already changing the tires. So we're getting ready to race. Waiting for a word from race control. Meanwhile, Sweaty Palms here trying to improve his time. No, he's on out lap. He put fresh softs, but I don't think he's got time for 2 more laps. Yoni here also coming in for fresh tires. Ooh, major Vukov going all the way there, almost in the sandbox. Coming through the final chicanes. And that's no further improvement for him. Also going to the pits, everybody there going to the pits, getting fresh new tires. Waiting for race control there. Let's drop a message. Are we ready? So I think a few people just left the room there. It's like maybe it was the chat updating. Jesse currently sitting in P2 now, but we know that that's not his time. It's because everybody's in the pits. But Jesse seems to be racing on mediums. Interesting. Smoke and Holt, we cannot say his time. He's 16 seconds off the pace actually, so he's with a 56, Smoke and Holt. That's the time that you will see the guys in the Pro Division doing, but with GR3 cars. So Smoke and Holt there struggling a bit. Need to find a little bit more pace. So we're already 20 minutes into practice. We're just waiting for race control. We should start racing soon. Sweaty Palms lifting there already. Right, all drivers coming out of the pits. Well, most of them. Germ there also in cruising speed. Mr. Smurf here swerving. Caught that on camera, but that was intentional. Give him that. Looks cool though. That's the kind of stuff we want to see here in the camera. So just smoke and hold in the pits. Drivers are putting their starting tires. We should be ready to start, so let's try not to have the camera problem this time. We're gonna stay here in this view until race control gives us the thumbs up. So if you're just joining us now, welcome to Flatout Racing League. You're watching here on Rallycross GT Twitch channel, the official broadcaster for Flatout Racing League. Yes, it is race time. We have a moving start, but we do not have camera control, so the camera is broken. In the patch 1.17 they did break the camera, so I cannot change from the cinematic camera, but it matters not. Ready to race and go. Sweaty palms pulling the pack. P1 with a Honda getting there, mate. Barry in P2, Yoni P3, Moran P4, Major Bukov in P5. These are the top 5 here from the start. Ooh, a little bit wide there. Barry cut in the corner. People struggling there in the first few corners. Barry, I don't know if he gave the position back or he lost position, but he's now down to P3. Yoni a little bit too keen there. In a spin, smashes the wall. Yoni with the medium tires. Now falling down to the back of the pack, trying to straighten the car. Disaster for Yoni. Not the start of race that he wanted. Now it's all recovery from here. Meanwhile, Sweaty Palms with the Honda with the 1.5 seconds gap, and it will be hard to catch up here on the straight because these GR2 cars, they all have the same top speed. They cap at about 300. I saw Moran there hitting 301 for a second, and he's got Major Bukov right down his neck. Let's see these two here. I don't think he can overtake before the straight. Might be able to pull side by side. Yeah, they're already at equal speed. It's gonna be on the braking zone. Who's the toughest one? Who's gonna brake the latest? No one. Right behind here we have Jeremy P5 with Mrs. Murph and Jay Seward. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. Jay Seward almost lost control, almost lost the car there. Allows Jesse to close in and make the pass. Jesse with another Honda getting past. So now Jay Seward down to P8. Progenitor 2 seconds behind. Stakiniak a little bit further back. Oh, we got someone else spun there. That's Jesse. Whoa, Jesse, what are you doing, man? Smoke and Hold coming around there, almost collected Jesse. I missed what happened. I was looking at the chat here. We have So Deadly cheering for Yoni. Unfortunately, Yoni is down here, the back of the pack. He started in P3, but one mistake, and he was at the back of the pack. Unfortunately, we don't have replay controls here in GT7 like we had in GT Sport. Otherwise, we would have shown what happened there to Yoni. Sweaty Palms there up front with a 2.5 seconds gap. It will be hard to catch him. It will be all down to braking zone, especially around the chicane and the end of the straight. 260 there on those corners. Jesus Christ, that's fast. With the GR4s, there are road cars in the single player. I'm taking that corner at 200 kph, and he's at 260 with his GR2. So much aero, so much speed. Love it. Very quite comfortable there in P2. right now. Back to where he started. Moran inherited a position after Yoni Bendit. Major Vukov lost a little bit of distance. So Moran's on medium. So let's have a look at the tires here. So Sweaty Palms is on soft tires. It's not able to open too much of a gap yet because I don't think the tires make that much of a difference in here. It's mostly straight and high speed corners, and because of the speed cap, the top speed cap, you know, once you get the top speed, that's it. So Barry also on softs. Then you have P3 and P4 and P5. Wow, everybody else on mediums. Jeremy here closing in on Progenitor now. So yeah, it looks like only the first two drivers started on softs. Only Sweaty Palms and Barry on softs. So in terms of lap times, they qualified in front of the guys, so we know that they have the pace. Fuel consumption is not too bad. Sweaty Palms has got a little bit more consumption than Barry. If I were him, I would put fuel map on 2 to save a little bit in the long run, especially when you're close to top speed. And then you have more in here. We have to look at the what's it called, the splits, to see. It's not showing splits here at the moment with red or blue or purple, so we don't know if they're going fast or not. This is only lap 2, so maybe that's why. And it was flying start, so this is the first fast lap they're clocking. So one change that we had here from the last round. Ooh, Mr. Smurf with a mistake there, bringing dirt onto the track. Lost contact with Major Vukov, but Jay Seward, the other Canadian. Now side by side, the two GTRs coming down the straight here. Smurf and Seward. Seward's got the inside, the next corner is to the right. There we go. I don't know how side by side they are, but the next corner is also to the right. Jay Seward brakes a little bit, but goes around the outside there. Great move there from Jay Seward. Around the outside on the left-hander with the overtake over Mrs. Smurf. Good job. A little mistake on the exit there though. Smurf still in the fight. And then we got a bunch of fast corners here. A little bit of contact between the two again. They're both in the same car. Both of them in the Nissan GTR 2016 GR2 machinery. So Mrs. Murph now losing a little bit, goes a little bit wide there, so not so comfortable in the corners, Mrs. Murph. So like I said, this is where cars are gonna make or lose gaps. Progenitor there, just getting past Germ. Germ also struggling there in the corner sequence. Oh, careful mate, you don't want to go for a dive in that place. Progenitor bringing it home in P7 right now. Oh, and Germ there cutting a little bit of the chicane. Half a second penalty for him. Beefcake Haley, how are you doing? Fight for fourth. Let's go back to it. Well, yeah, the fight was a little bit further back, I guess. Oh, Vukov there hitting the dirt a little bit. And two Canadian drivers getting close here now. Jay Stewart's got a penalty, but the penalty is later on the track, so that they'd have to pay it. Okay, so he's within slip range. GTR versus GTR again. J Stewart cutting another corner there now. So 1 second penalty. That's gonna hurt him in the chase of Major Vukov. So here's a tip for the guys racing later. You can put two wheels in the dirt when you are paying the penalty, because that would decrease the traction. So you will lose less speed when braking. So you can maintain a little bit more momentum. So especially in this track here, the grass bit on the left hand side of the penalty area is wide enough. You can actually fit the whole car. You can put the 4 wheels on the dirt and lose less time. Yes, you're gonna get the tires dirty as well, but since you have a little bit of straight there, it should clean up pretty quick. So this is the battle for P4 into the braking zone now, heavy braking. They go to second gear, Vukov a little bit too wide. J Stewart tidier. And Mr. Smurf unable to close the gap. Half a second between these two. So we got a right-hander here, a big open right-hander, then a left-right, and then the penalty zone. You can see there J Stewart now with a slowing down message. That's probably gonna put him down to P6. Mr. Smurf should be able to get past. Oh no, he's got a penalty himself. And Germ behind it with a 1.5 second penalty. So I'm not sure exactly what happened. J Stewart paid the penalty, but he's now 2.6 in front of Mr. Smurf. I think Mr. Smurf made a mistake that we were not able to see there. And then Major Vukov with a 4 second gap now. Good stuff. Mr. Moore in here in P3 with his Lexus. Very good job from him. And the 2 drivers in soft boots. Oh, look at the sunset. It's getting dark here in Le Mans. So I think by the end of the race, things are gonna get a little bit darker, and we might have a few surprises. You know, drivers are already turning the headlights on. Sweaty Palms now with the penalty and a 39.1. Great time there from Sweaty Palms. In fact, that might have been even faster than qualifying. Fair enough that they qualify here with a full tank. So fair enough. He might have had a little bit of help there at the start. I don't know. But 39.1. That's amazing lap time. I saw that Barry was very close to that. He was very close to improving the first few sectors, but now he's a little bit up. He's improving his time by half a second, but not enough to go purple. 15 people watching us. Welcome everyone to Flatout Racing League. This is round 3, straight from Le Mans, amateur division with the GR2 cars. Let us know in the chat who you're cheering for. Let us know who your favorite driver is, who you're cheering for. Album20, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Flatout Racing League and to RXCT, the official broadcaster for Flatout Racing League. Look at the brake discs there from Sweaty Palms. Literally melting. Looks like the One Ring from Lord of the Rings there. So blazing hot it was. Sweaty Palms with a great gap. The last lap he lost a little bit of time to Barry. And the night is slowly setting here in Le Mans. We have another follow there. So deadly. Thanks, mates. Thank you for the follow. You've been here for a while now, cheering for Yoni. Let's go there to the back of the pack. Go backwards. Give these guys a little bit of screen time as well. Smoke and Holt with the most beautiful car in the whole game. This 2006 NSX. Look at the sound of that. It's the only known turbo car as well in the whole GR2 category. Unfortunately, not the best lap times for him. 2:58, his best lap. Not able to keep up with the front runners. Jesse and Stacking Yak here at the back of the pack, struggling quite a bit, both of them, as the night has already set completely. They're full dark, almost depends on which direction you look at. So now things are gonna start to get interesting, because you cannot just see the track properly anymore. Sweaty palms into the pits, 4 laps in. Meanwhile, Germ here in P9 probably also had a bit of an incident, I guess, and lost a lot of time. Progenitor in P8, look at that sunset, it's beautiful. Look, regardless of all the broken stuff that they have in this game, it's a hell of a beautiful game. Here we have Yoni, who qualified in P3 and then bended in the first few corners, was down to P12. Now he's up to P7, it's showing P6 because Sweaty Palms is still in the pits. Sweaty Palms should be coming out very soon. Mrs. Murph P5, Jay Seward P4, Bukov now up to P3, and have Moran going a little bit wide there, and Barry inheriting the lead. Where did Sweaty Palms come back? Wow, 47 seconds pit stop. That is long. That is very, very long. So Sweaty Palms now on medium tires. He's gonna go 6 laps with it, and he's just under 4 seconds behind Germ, who has not pit yet. Yes, Yoni's making a hell of a comeback. Elbom 20 also cheering for Yoni. So he's doing a bit of a comeback there. So, and Sweaty Palms, he's pit already. And let's hope that he doesn't lose too much time on track to these other guys. He had a decent gap to Seabury before the pits, so I think he should still be up front when Barry goes in for his tire changes and refueling. He completely filled the tank actually, Sweaty Palms. Completely filled up, so he's gonna be a little bit heavier. See how that affects his lap times. Meanwhile, the rest of the guys here in Barry up front as well, with about a third of tank left, I guess. So they're gonna be much lighter, but on worn tires. Let's see there what Barry is doing. His tires are 20% worn, you could say. He just done his best lap, 40.7. So he should be coming to the pits in the next lap, I guess. Or he's gonna stay out a little bit more. We usually, oh, he's going purple now. Ace is gonna stay out, go purple, and get the extra point for fastest lap. I wonder. Decisions. Let's stay with him here. What is he gonna do? In or out? He's gonna stay out. Can he get that fastest lap? Can he go purple? Get in there, mates. Come on. And no, he can't. The final sector there. It's killing him. Every single time he comes much quicker and loses time on that final sector. So something happened. Okay, that's what happened. Morin is going into the pits. I saw Jay Stewart had passed. He was like, wait a minute. And of course Morin had quite a gap there. So Morin is Murph going in. Interesting, a lot of staggered pit stops here. So with the staggered pit stops, we don't have as many battles on the track, but eventually they're gonna bump into each other again. So that puts Yoni up to P4, but he still needs to pit. He's 36 seconds behind the leader. But Yoni was up to P6 already, wasn't it? 6 or 7. So it's a very good recovery for someone who fell down to P12. Morin's already out of the pits, behind Sweaty Palms. So Progenitor has not pit yet. Whoa, skidding a little bit there, mate. Careful. A little bit of contact with the sidewall as well. Sparks sent flying. Right. Now we have Germ here, and Sweaty Palms has closed the gap. Sweaty Palms the first one to pit. Into the chicane. So Germ braking a little bit earlier, I would assume. So Sweaty Palms literally bumper to bumper, almost pushing Germ there. Now that's the thing about these cars, they have the same top speed, you can't even bump drop. It's difficult to overtake, especially in this track. So it becomes something very strategic, and where cornering is really important. So Sweaty Palms are unable to get past. Is he gonna go for a dive now in the final corner? So he's now 1.9 seconds slower than his fastest lap. He had a 42 in the previous lap, so it was his first fast lap with medium tires. Where is Germ? I wonder if there was contact there. We saw Sweaty Palms coming in the corner. We didn't see Germ. The camera couldn't get him there, but he's back now. I don't think he hit the wall. I think he got stuck in the sandbox. So curious to know what happened there. There's no damage to his rear. There's no damage to Sweaty Palms' front. I think he overcooked in the brakes and then bent it. So 54 seconds now between Sweaty Palms and Barry. Barry's in now, okay. So this is the time we were waiting for. Barry is in the pits. It's going to be a very long pit stop, but I think Sweaty Palms lost way too much time behind Germ there for potentially 2 laps. And that gap between Sweaty Palms and Barry might be gone now. So 42 the final lap there for Sweaty Palms. Well, Barry was still clocking 40s, so he was going 2 seconds faster still here with the softs. Yoni also in the pits. Everybody going in now. Where's Sweaty Palms? Sweaty Palms coming around the chicane now. Where is Barry? The camera messing up. Barry is already out. Barry out of the pits. 10 seconds ahead. What a huge difference. So Sweaty Palms there, his pit strategy did not pay off. He went in with it was like 5 seconds gap, and now he's 10 seconds behind. Looking at the lap times, 44 in the last lap, 42 in the previous one, versus 40, 40, and then 41 when Sweaty Palms had went in. No, so that was the previous lap. But wow, interesting strategy, very important here, I guess. So that now that's see Barry there with the race lead. Let's just check here the standings again. So Barry is the championship leader with 16 points, equal with Progenitor and the Stacking Yak. Sweaty Palms. I cannot see him in here unless he's with a different name. But Sweaty Palms there. It's not in the championship battle yet. Jay Seward out of the pits. He came out in front of Moran. So Jay Seward are also gaining positions in the pit stops. We missed that one because we were focused on P1 and P2, but here in P3 also Jay Seward, great pit strategy there. Great job from his engineers. Tell him to go in and when to go in. So Moran is P4 in the standings, but only 3 points behind the three men. They're equal for P1, 2, and 3. And Yoni, has Yoni pit? Yes, he has. So Yoni pits, and he is P5. So what a race from Yoni there, from P3, or was it P2? I think it was P3, down to last on P12, and now he's up to P5 already. Great recovery there from the GTR driver. And he's got a combo 5 seconds gap to Mr. Smurf. Big gaps here between all drivers now after the pits. Progenitor down in P8. He's currently in the championship battle, but after this I think he's gonna lose precious points. Not gonna be very happy about that. Stakiniak as well, also in the championship battle, but with this P9, not great. But it's interesting because last race there in Daytona, we had literally a 7-car pile up at the start. Apparently someone had connection issues, did not see the start of the race, and then all drivers piled up into one another. 7 drivers with engine damage, 2 more with wing damage, wing and suspension. So out of all the drivers, like 9 had to go to the pits in the first lap, and then had their races compromised. One of the few that didn't have the race compromised was Yoni, but then he got disconnected. Otherwise, he would have been championship leader by a lot. He would have been 20 odd points. Jesse here in P11. He was in a great race at the start. The smoke and halt, unfortunately, back of the pack. But the important thing, never give up, mate. Never give up. It's better to be last than to pull the plug or not showing up. A little bit too much there. The end of the straight. Into the dirt he goes. Back to the front. Barry with a huge gap and clocking at 41.0 in medium tires, while Sweaty Palms at 41.5. So I guess Sweaty Palms unable to maintain the pace with the medium tires. Era Racing here in the chat asking what happened to Moran. He's here in P4. Nothing happened, he's doing a good race, but I think his pit strategy was not very good. Maybe he spent too much time in refueling, or lost time on track, I don't know, but he came back behind Jay Seward. And we've lost Smoke and Holt. You just saw there popping the notification in the bottom left. We've lost him. We were talking about not pulling the plug. Let's hope that maybe he had connection problems and got disconnected, but happens. 2.5 laps to go though. We're approaching the end of the race as the sun starts to rise here in Le Mans. Moran has got Jay Seward in the same camera shot, while Yoni also in the same camera shot as Moran. So maybe, you know, maybe something can happen here still. It's difficult because all cars, they got the same top speed. They're very balanced. With Yoni going purple. Yoni's got soft boots there. Yeah, he's got everything to steal that fastest lap. And if he's taking the fastest lap, he might actually catch up with Moran also. So Era Racing there, cheering for this man. The sun is already up. Oh, Moran is also going purple. Look at that. Everybody except the front two drivers are in soft boots now. So let's look at Jay Seward here. Can he improve the time? Remember that Sweaty Palms did that time early in the race. Oh, the penalty there. Unfortunately, improved his lap, but not fastest lap. Not for Moran either, and not for Yoni, but only by 3/10. So a lot of people losing time in that final sector. It's quite interesting. You okay there, Yoni? Looks like the car was all over the place. So all drivers here with significant time improvement now that they've got the soft boots, except for Mr. Smurf. He went 9 seconds slower. Was a mistake. So literally, yeah, all drivers with time improvement. Oh, we got a battle here. Battle for P9. GTR and Lexus, that's Stachyniak and Germ. Into the chicane as they come. Germ late in the brakes. Forces his way there around the chicanes. Holding on to P9 in front of Stachyniak. Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Sometimes you gotta be a little bit of a bully. As long as you don't push your colleagues out of the track. And Jesse now at the back. He's having a great race at the start there, but a couple of incidents and then it all went downhill. Oh, and look at this. See Barry with a 347. He lost a lot of time in the last lap. He's got a penalty now, and the gap between Barry and Sweaty Palms is only 1.5 seconds. We're gonna have a battle here in this final lap, ladies and gentlemen. The sun is already up, visibility is back to normal, and we're gonna have a battle for P1 here in the final minutes of this race. Jay Seward, a huge gap to Moran, and unfortunately Yoni unable to close the gap any further. So the top 5 there quite close, so the gap is even lower now. 1 second. Barry's gonna have to pay the penalty now. Maybe he doesn't know about that trick that I mentioned earlier. Put the wheels on the dirt. So you lose less time, and Sweaty Palms with the provisional lead. Now they're side by side. Yes, he got the pass. And now it's game on. Final lap, Sweaty Palms the pole position. Currently fastest lap holder as well. Sparks flying everywhere. I think there's a little bit of connection problems going on here with the game. That's why the cars are drifting like that. 2 seconds gap. So something happened here to Barry, because Sweaty Palms got past, and like Barry looks like he's going backwards now. 246. What's going on? Technical problems maybe? So we're in for a battle, but now Sweaty Palms was handed the race. I hope not handed with Sweaty Palms, because it's a bit disgusting. But anyway, that's P1 for him. Pole position, fastest lap, and so far the P1. Can he hold on to it? Seabury's coming fast again, going blue. It's a little bit too late now. Jay Seward in P3. He's got a good gap there, he's quite comfortable. No trouble. Oh, and look at P4. Look at P4. What happened, Moran? What happened? Yoni now right behind GTR versus Lexus here one more time. Actually, Jay Stewart is not that far ahead. And Yoni puts it to the side and gets past. No wasting time. Already gets past before the chicane there. No trouble whatsoever for the GTR driver. Yoni is up to P4. What a recovery. Race of the day here. And he's going purple. He's going purple, so Moran's now in the slip. He's got the chance to close the gap again. But it will be tricky. He's got tires a little bit more worn there than Yoni. Album 20 here. Let's go, Yoni. Yeah, getting excited there. Era Racing, what do you have to say, mate? Moran here is in trouble. Down to P5. Lost quite a little bit of time there in the first few sectors. So we're gonna have a heavy braking point here, and then a right-hander. So we're gonna go for a dive. They're both very careful there. No mistakes from Yoni. Jay Stewart with a half a second penalty. Do we have any other battles here further behind? No more battles. Sweaty Palms with a 1.5 second lead. Let's follow these guys here a little bit more. Moran fighting back. Going around the outside. Up to P4. The corner is to the left. Favors Moran. But we've seen an overtake around the outside here before. Yoni could not pull that one. 1.1 second purple. Absolutely flying, Yoni. And no, just because we said that, Yoni again with a mistake. Bends it. One more time. He was going for a win in race 1. Bend it. And then he got disconnected in race 2, and he was now going for P4 in the greatest recovery of all time. And unfortunately, handed it down to Moran in a silver plate. Shame for Yoni, but this man here, Sweaty Palms, is going to be very thankful for that, because he will take the win, pole position, and the fastest lap here in round 3 of Flatout Racing League. Barry in P2, Jay Seward coming here now through the chicanes to close the podium in P3. There comes Jay Seward. Moran was actually quite close, only 1 second behind after the penalty. And Yoni here, he'll be happy with the P5, but not really happy, will he? Yeah, Yeah, it was a good recovery, but he messed up right there, right at the end. Mr. Smurf bringing it home in P6, almost out of fuel. Major Vukov with even less fuel there in P7. Good stuff. Progenitor, one of the drivers sharing the lead. Well, was sharing the lead. I think he's gonna lose quite a few positions now. That's P8 for him. And then the other drivers quite further back. Stakiniak in P9. Germ in P10. Jess in P11. And we've lost Smoke and Holt. I cannot see the countdown here for race to finish, but I believe race is gonna finish very, very soon. Let's go there to the front. Race over. But what a race that was. Here's our winner, Sweaty Palms, pole position, clean race, fastest lap, and the win. Good job there, Sweaty Palms. Flatout Racing League Amateur Division, round 3 done and dusted. We will now get ready for the pros. You're now gonna stay with a word from our sponsors, and I see you guys very shortly.
Introducing RS30 Ultra. The first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. RS30 brings next level realism to your racing sims. Sense the road, know your vehicle, and get faster lap times as you tear through the track. Dual helical gear motors give you more torque than traditional gear drive motors, with the same smoothness and quietness of a belt drive motor. Experience a stunning 6 Newton meters of torque, the most torque per dollar than any other wheel, and fast, accurate feedback with 0 dead zones. Feel every nuance and know exactly when you're understeering, oversteering, or losing traction. Spring-loaded pedals give you responsive throttle modulation and brake progression for absolute control and precision, just like the real thing. 2 additional paddles can be used as clutch and e-brake, or as pedal-free throttle and brakes. A rotation switch lets you easily toggle between simulation racing and arcade-style racing. Even the diameter of the wheel is calibrated to exact race car specifications. From the metal build to the suede wheel and steel pedals, every detail is dialed to give the entire system a high-end feel. Get better, go faster, win more, and enjoy every second of it. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. RS30 Ultra by GTR Simulator. Go fast.